Right, well, gents, let's move on then to, as I mentioned in my intro, there were two big finals this weekend, Rob, the Champions League final and Roland Garros. Stanislas Wawrinka denying Djokovic. He's never won Roland Garros, has he?
Yeah. It was quite a final. I mean, Wawrinka basically played out of his skin, and he said as much. He was almost saying, it came across quite modestly, as if it was a bit of a flash in the pan. He was absolutely gobsmacked that he'd been able to beat Djokovic, reasonably comprehensively as well. I think Djoko also was a little bit shell shocked by the quality of the play that he was sort of seeing in front of him. He's normally the steamroller in situations like this, where he goes in as the heavy favourite into a final, obviously with so much prior experience of winning slam finals and so on. So a little bit of a knock to his, they're all trying to sort of crank up those notches to get close to Roger Federer. Interesting, we got another Swiss triumph, which was that country will be pretty chuffed that they got one a little bit out of the blue. Interesting to see now, whether Wawrinka does go on to bigger things, or whether that sort of is as high as it gets for him. But it was an interesting tournament. I mean, on the women's side, Serena Williams, without ever really playing at her best, and apparently carrying illness, during the tournament and so on. Yet the fact is, she still won again, and you sort of think, is she going to be able to be stopped at Wimbledon either? I don't know, just so much experience there now so much experience of winning on clay and also on the Wimbledon grass. But it's nice now to look forward to Wimbledon, which is still the sort of really the blue chip tennis event of the year.
And order being restored, I guess, in European football. Juventus, I guess surprisingly making it to the final, but they went down to the mighty Barca.
They almost looked to me as if they were just sort of chuffed to have got there. I got the sense that as the game developed, their self-belief, it was almost as if they were holding on. When it was 1-1 at a reasonably advanced stage of the second half, you could tell already that mindset of Juve thinking, well, let's see if we can perhaps pull this out into extra time, and then the lottery perhaps of a penalty shootout, which of course never materialised, because Barca are just that sort of side where they've got the pedigree players who are actually able to just go up that crucial gear in the last sort of quarter of a match, and that's exactly what happened. They had a goal disallowed as well along the way, and then still managed to thump in 2 strikes before the end. So at the end, no complaints, I don't think, from anybody about the outcome. Not a bad spectacle either.